With all of the mouth-watering options hitting the table, oh, I'm not just talking turkey. I'm talking mashed potatoes and mac and cheese and cookies and pies. You can see it's not hard to load up a plate or two with all the Thanksgiving classics.
You going for 3?
I might.
The indulgent meals are certainly in season, which means that maintaining a healthy weight can present a little bit of a challenge, but this doesn't necessarily mean that we're destined to see a large number on the scale come January. Well, we are so happy to welcome back Robin Gould. She is the director of the didactic program in dietetics with UMES. Thank you for being here
Happy
this
to be
afternoon.
here.
So,
Happy to be here.
it is so tempting this time of year to just eat everything in sight. Yeah. So how much can we expect to gain weight-wise during the holidays?
Well, the weight gain isn't as much as you might think it is. The important thing to note is that holiday weight gain is the greatest contributor to someone's overall annual weight gain. But the Journal of Obesity printed a research review and found that the average weight gain is between 3/4 of a pound and just under 2 pounds. So not as much as you might think, right?
Right. And that's the holiday weight gain.
Holiday weight gain.
Well, if holiday weight gain is not that big of a deal, why are we suddenly hearing so many healthful tips to avoid your holiday weight gain?
Well, we're hearing these tips year after year because when that weight gain begins to become a problem,
Right.
is when it sticks around, those 1 or 2 pounds stick around after the holidays and are on repeat year after year. A decade goes by and someone finds themselves with more than 10 pounds of weight gain. And despite their best efforts, the reality is that people are not getting that weight gain off in January and February like they thought they would.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what you're saying, easy to put on, hard to take off. So what are your top recommendations for enjoying the holidays without risking that weight gain?
So why do you hear these healthy eating tips every year, and why is it so important to pay attention to holiday weight gain? And it's because of the statistics that are related to overweight and obesity. So when you look at the statistics of 74% of Americans are overweight or obese. And if someone finds themselves in that obese category, that's when their disease risk for certain diseases begins to really increase.
Right.
So when you hear these statistics and you put them all together and think about it, those are really good reasons to pay attention to holiday weight gain and why to try and avoid it.
So let me see if I'm putting the pieces and parts together and connecting the dots appropriately here. You can enjoy your holiday meals, but then get out and walk it off. Get that couple of pounds off when you get it on.
Oh, definitely. You don't want to skip your exercise routine. And then there's that word, moderation. We've all heard it before. We don't want to deprive ourselves of our favorite holiday treats. Because food this time of year is much more than calories. It represents family and culture and tradition.
And comfort.
And it really does bring us together. So I would encourage you to be present during this time, but be mindful at the same time. And that's where that moderation word comes in.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Well, Robin, thank you so much. But we really want you to stick around because I hear you have a recipe for us.
I do. I'm going to, well, now that we've talked about some health reasons of why it might be beneficial to lighten up some of our side dishes, I'm going to share with you a lighter, savory sausage stuffing recipe.
All right.
Okay then. Oh, you don't want to miss that. We're going to be in the DelmarvaLife kitchen when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Traditionally, Thanksgiving features heavy dishes that are usually high in calories, saturated fats, and sodium. And since we're talking today about watching our weight this holiday, we are back with Robin Gould. She is the director of the didactic program in dietetics with UMES, and she's here in the DelmarvaLife kitchen today with a healthier Thanksgiving recipe. Healthier and just as tasty, right?
Yes,
Good.
no loss of flavor there. I think the reality is our plate ends up covered in gravy anyway, right? So why not pick a couple of dishes and lighten them up.
Okay.
So I'm here to show you how to implement a lighter, savory mushroom stuffing recipe.
Okay. So
Sounds
it
good.
looks like you've got everything kind of laid out here. What's going on?
Yeah, so the first thing we're going to do, and I've already done it here, is you want to use fresh bread, not stale bread, and you want to dry it yourself.
Okay.
So we are making a smaller 8x8 dish here, and I've already dried the bread in an oven on 275 for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is a good, healthy bread.
This is a whole grain bread versus a white bread, so you're going to be getting some more fiber here.
There you go.
Some other things we're doing to lighten it up. Why is it lighter than a traditional recipe? A stuffing this size usually calls for anywhere from a half a stick to a stick of butter. A stick of butter is 8 tablespoons, and we're only using 2 tablespoons.
Oh.
So a lot less saturated fat there. And we're also using turkey sausage instead of regular pork sausage and less of it.
Okay.
So turkey sausage is leaner, less saturated fat. We've got the healthier bread, and then we are also using 2 full cups of vegetables in here, which is a lot more than a traditional stuffing recipe.
Okay. Stuff
Sounds
the
good.
turkey with some vegetables instead of all bread.
right, yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah, well, we are going to make the stuffing, but I would recommend definitely not putting the stuffing in the bird.
Yeah. No.
Because then you run a food safety hazard,
Oh,
you run
yeah,
into cooking time
Right.
problems.
Okay.
So we're definitely going to make it outside of the bread.
All right, so what do we do?
So we've got our bread dried, not stale. So if you wouldn't mind adding that to the big bowl.
To the big bowl.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about our vegetables. So I have already sauteed our vegetables, so you can see that here. What is in this bowl? I've added a full cup of a mixture of onions and shallots,
Okay.
and a full cup of mushrooms, and these, a little bit of garlic,
Right.
and they are sauteed in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, not
Okay.
butter.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Also in this bowl, you've got spices, 2 teaspoons of dried, it's a mixture of sage, thyme, and marjoram.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
so that's what's in here. So you can take these and add it to your stuffing. Okay, so next,
So all this we have used. We're done, right?
yep, we've
okay.
used all of that.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to add, here comes our butter. We've got 2 tablespoons of butter. And a thing about butter is really a little bit goes a long way. So you don't have to feel like you have to soak whatever you're making in butter to
Right.
make it better,
Yeah.
because the flavor really does extend.
Okay.
So that's that. And then if you wouldn't mind mixing in, this is our ground turkey sausage. We're only using a half a cup, less than a traditional sausage stuffing recipe, but still tons of sausage flavor.
Okay.
Nice and tasty.
There we go.
Okay, and then we've got our liquid. This is really the secret of keeping your sausage, your stuffing not too dry and not too mushy, is getting the right amount of liquid. So I would suggest about a cup. This is a mushroom broth. A cup per 4 to 5 cups of bread cubes.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
then that's it.
That's it?
Making your own stuffing is ridiculously easy. And you have a variety of choices of things that you can put in the stuffing. We made a savory stuffing today, but if you like a sweet stuffing, you could use things like apples, pears, cranberries, if you like that better.
Okay.
All right.
So then what do we
Okay.
do with it now that we have the magical
All right.
mixture?
So we're gonna, do you want to put some
You're gonna trust me
spray
with
in
this,
here?
really?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Who wants to get sprayed first? She stepped back.
And then we're going to put this in here. And you will see a little liquid that seems loose, but that will all get soaked up when you're baking.
Or cooked off.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
So there you go.
Plenty of room in your 8x8.
Yeah, and then all you're going to do is you're going to bake it on 350 for 50 minutes.
Right.
And if you like a crispier stuffing, you can cover it for 30 minutes
Okay.
and then uncover it for the last 20. If you like it softer, then leave it covered the whole time.
So it's done now, right?
Yes,
It's amazing how that
done.
works.
Is that, do you need these? No.
Nope, that's pretty hot though.
No.
Just thought I'd mention, that's pretty hot.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So this stuffing, it really stands on its own. I mean, it doesn't need gravy.
Right.
It's full of flavor
It
and
looks
delicious. Yes, and I always like to decorate with a little bit of parsley. I think parsley makes everything look better. Would you like to try?
Oh, could
Would we
please?
like to try it?
Oh, could we please? Thank you. That does look
All
good.
right.
And it really wasn't that hard.
No.
And we will have the recipe on our website, DelmarvaLife.com. Just click on What's Happening Today. That's
Yes.
where you find all of today's information.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
Okay, so
There
that's
you
Lisa's, this is
go.
mine, right? No,
Do you have a fork? Okay.
Yep, I have a fork.
this is absolutely magnificent. And you don't feel stuffed when you're done, right?
Well, depends how many servings you have.
Oh, well, there's that too.
That is really good.
Do you like it?
I love it. And
Okay,
I would not know that it was, I guess, lighter
so
than
light,
Not your
right?
typical stuffing.
Yeah,
Not
so
your
you've got a
typical
lot
stuffing.
less saturated fat. You've got some extra fiber in there with the bread. You're not using as much meat, and you're using a leaner meat.
That is really delicious.
Robin,
Good.
thank
I'm
you so
glad
much
you
like
for
it.
going in for another bite.
Well, you going that way. I'm
And have
coming
a
this way.
very happy Thanksgiving.
Have a
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving.
to you.